Welcome back to the Right Way Sports Network YouTube channel. I'm your host, Matt Levine, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down why the Los Angeles Rams can and should make the Super Bowl this season. But first, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and download the TWSN mobile app for all sports content. Now, I'm a big believer in the Los Angeles Rams, and I have been since head coach Sean McVay came to the team. But this team has been held back by quarterback play over the last few seasons. Jared Goff was good, not great for them. But normally, for a team to win a Super Bowl, the quarterback needs to be great. Even when the Rams made the Super Bowl a few years back, the defense held the Patriots to 13 points, but the explosive Rams offense was only held to 3. The loss isn't only on Jared Goff, but since he was the quarterback, he is going to get most of the blame. So, this offseason, the Rams decided enough was enough and made a trade to acquire Matthew Stafford from the Detroit Lions. The Rams are banking on this move to move the needle for them and get them over the hump. One factor that should help Los Angeles is the fact that Matthew Stafford has the ability and is willing to take shots down the field to stretch defenses out at any given moment during the game. Stafford has a cannon of an arm and should thrive in Sean McVay's system that relies on quick strike plays and down-the-field shots. Since 2019, Stafford has a deep ball rate of 17%, which is good for second in the league, compared to Jared Goff's 9%, which ranks him at 31st. Pro Football Focus also looked at deep passing of 20-plus yards of the two quarterbacks in 2020, with Stafford throwing 13 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, with Goff throwing only 4 touchdowns with the same 6 interceptions. Stafford is clearly the better quarterback on deep throws, which should result in more explosive plays for the Rams' offense. In 2020, Stafford threw for 4,084 yards with 26 touchdowns, 10 interceptions on 64.2% of his throws. Compared to Jared Goff, who threw for 3,952 yards, 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions on 67% of his throws, Matthew Stafford clearly had the better season. With better quarterback play in the 2020 playoffs, the Rams may have advanced over the Green Bay Packers in the NFC divisional round, so adding a quarterback like Stafford automatically gives the Rams a boost on offense. The Rams had the tools for Goff to be successful, but his lack of playmaking abilities and ability to improve year after year held them back. Coming into the season, the Rams were relying on second-year running back Cam Akers to take over the backfield, but in an unfortunate turn of events, he tore his Achilles during the offseason and will miss the entirety of the season. His combination of power and speed would have been great for Stafford, but the Rams will now have to rely on Darrell Henderson to be their workhorse back. They hope he can provide the spark they need from the backfield. Last season, Henderson rushed for 624 yards on 138 touches while adding in 5 touchdowns with a 4.5 yard per attempt average. He also graded out at an 80.4 from Pro Football Focus. Henderson has showed in his limited time that he can be a power back, and the Rams really need him to keep up the production if they want to be successful in 2021. To help Stafford, Los Angeles returns wide receivers Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and second-year player Van Jefferson, who came on towards the end of last season. Jefferson looks to fill the void left after Josh Reynolds left Los Angeles for Tennessee. They also added in veteran wide receiver Desean Jackson to help spread the field for Stafford. Jackson is known for being one of the better down-the-field receivers in the league, so if he can stay healthy, he should provide a spark for this Rams offense. These weapons give Stafford all the resources needed to be successful within the different schemes and shows the depth the Rams have at the position. The offensive line should also be better than it was in 2020, as they get longtime NFL veteran Andrew Whitworth back into the fold after an injury forced his season to end early. Despite his age, Whitworth can still be a very valuable piece for this Rams team, and honestly, he brings experience and a stable presence to this line. This unit can be one of the best in the league as long as they stay healthy, and with Stafford leading the way, the Rams' scoring downturn that's plagued them over the last few seasons is likely to change. The main identity for this Los Angeles Rams team is their strong defense, as the Rams finished with the league's best scoring defense, anchored by all-pro defensive tackle Aaron Donald and cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Despite defensive coordinator Brandon Staley leaving for the head coaching job of the Chargers, the Rams should still be able to put out one of the best defenses in the league that no offensive coordinator wants to face. This is a defense that allowed a league-low 18.5 points per game in 2020, while also ranking first in passing yards allowed at 190.7. They can improve on creating turnovers, ranking 10th in the league after forcing 22 over the span of last season. This is a defense nobody wants to face. The biggest holes for the Rams on defense comes from the loss of safety John Johnson and cornerback Troy Hill, both of whom departed for Cleveland this offseason. For the Rams, Taylor Rapp looks to take over for Johnson and looks to showcase more of his 2019 season than his 2020. In 2019, he had 100 tackles along with a pair of interceptions and 8 passes broken up. The Rams will need Rapp to return to his old form to cope with the key losses in the secondary. The Rams also lost defensive tackle Michael Brockers after he was traded to the Detroit Lions this offseason. Brockers played 7 years alongside Aaron Donald, who often talked about how good Brockers was despite the lack of statistics, and how he helped his own game thrive. They're going to need A'Shawn Robinson to step up, and he's already showing promise as he showed up to the offseason programs in the best shape of his life, and he's on pace to play the season at 305 pounds, rather than the 330 from a season ago. The Rams also drafted Bobby Brown III out of Texas A&M, who should compete for playing time. Brown has the strength and quickness to withstand blocks, so if he can translate this over to the NFL level, the Rams will be in great shape. Despite movement on the defensive side of the ball, new defensive coordinator Raheem Morris remains confident that this is the unit that helps bring back Los Angeles to championship glory. Plus, anytime you have Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey leading your defense, it typically means good things are going to happen to your team. The Rams have a tough road ahead of them, with their own division being so strong. This is arguably the toughest division in the NFL, as alongside them are the Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, and San Francisco 49ers. The defending division champions Seahawks are led by quarterback Russell Wilson, and they will give the Rams a run for their money as they look to take revenge after losing to Los Angeles in the wildcard round of last year's playoffs. The Arizona Cardinals will also have something to say in this division race as they return a strong offense with the addition of A.J. Green to the already stacked wide receiver group they possess. Adding star defensive player J.J. Watt to their defense will also be a positive for Arizona, but the combination of losing cornerback Patrick Peterson and linebacker Hassan Reddick may prove to be too much for the Cardinals on the defensive side of the ball to overcome. And finally, the San Francisco 49ers, who came into the 2020 season with dreams of redemption after losing the Super Bowl to the Kansas City Chiefs the previous year. They will be better next season, as San Francisco dealt with an array of injuries to key players over the course of the year, so getting them all back healthy should help keep them afloat and return them to their winning ways. Yet despite the strong opposing teams in their division and the rest of the league, the Rams should prevail over everyone due to their talent and coaching. For the Rams, they have been a team that was just a quarterback shy of truly being a dominant team and a strong Super Bowl contender. So adding Stafford in is what they're banking on. With all the pieces coming together, Stafford should have an MVP-type season in 2021, while also helping the Rams win their division. The combination of Stafford and a strong defense should allow the Rams to make another deep playoff run, and this time, it may have them getting the championship glory they've been chasing. The Lakers and Dodgers have brought Los Angeles the title recently, so it's the Rams' turn to do the same. Oh, and let's not forget where the 2022 Super Bowl is being played. Much like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of last season, Los Angeles could find themselves playing in their home stadium when the Super Bowl kicks off in February. I'm interested to hear what everyone thinks about this, so make sure to comment your thoughts below, and make sure to subscribe to the TWSN YouTube channel and download the mobile app. We have daily live shows and content coming out all the time from all of our awesome writers and analysts. You don't want to miss out. But that's all the time I have for today, so thank you for listening. I'm Matt Levine. Have a good one.